Hello, today I'm reacting to Pantera. I have not heard Pantera. I've heard the name Pantera. I think I'm more surprised that it only is spelled with one R. I was always thinking it was like Pantera, but it's not apparently. The person who requested this said, "Since you're an opera singer, I think you'll enjoy the song a lot." And then they said, and by the way, they told me they're on a budget and they only tipped me $5, and that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this reaction because I want to do reactions. And by the way, you don't have to tip at all. So I'm very happy that someone even gave me $5. Like seriously, like it's very thank you so much. Let's get into the music. And at the end, I'll tell you how to put in requests if you stick around. That way you don't have to hear me talk about it now. All right, let's go. Okay. Cemetery. Cool 90s people. All right. I like that.
Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me, someplace far around. I must reverse my life. I can't live in the past and set my soul free. Belong to me at last. Through all those complex years.
as bearing cemetery gates. Um, I love that. I I like this type of music. And as noted, at the end he sang a falsetto E5. It's very high for a guy. Then he went to the G5, and they went to the A6. Those are high notes for me. But yeah, he had some pretty cool vocal chops, and he had some vibrato through his tone at times. He had the more like gentle tone, and then he had his more like, yelly tone, as I had noted. I said a lot of nice things, like, is this a hair band? Is this like what Wayne's World listened to? But what I really liked about the music is that they have these cool guitar riffs, dun, 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 but then they play with rhythms in that. It's not just like the same riff. They like add and they kind of like syncopate the rhythm, and then they make it go from slow. Dun, 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 and I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. That's interesting. But yeah, I love it. And like, you know, I was so young. When did this come out? 1990. Okay, I was like four, five, four, something like that. Five, 4 or 5. I mean, I was a little girl, I never got to see these guys, but now I'm a grown woman. I'm like, they look pretty good looking, honestly. Like that long hair. Megan reminds me of Wayne's World, because remember I used to watch the movie Wayne's World when I was a little kid in like 92, and all those jokes went over my head because I was like a child. But they were all into like the long, the hair bands and like heavy metal and stuff like that. And I think that's what they would have listened to, like the Wayne's World characters, like Garth and Wayne, Mike Myers, whatever. Which was, I know, originally an SNL skit, but I mean, that's just so metal. But I like it. But again, I grew up with Wayne's World, so remember the whole movie was based on like that Ballroom Blitz, which I later found out was a cover. But I really liked the way that they did the Ballroom Blitz. And the man in the back said, "Everyone attack!" And the girls in the corner. And then they went to see Alex Cooper in the movie. That was like part of the plot. Anyway, you know, I like it. The video is very fitting for the name of the song, Cemetery Gates. And yeah, their singer is fantastic. I think he's amazing. And he uses a lot of different vocal techniques. And then, yes, he used a very high falsetto tone at the end to hit those really high notes, I noted. I had to pull up my piano right here and be like, oh, what's that? What's that? Ooh, okay. So very impressed. So yeah, I'm into it. I'm into the guitar. I liked the tone they used in the very beginning, whenever that was. Yeah. On the guitar. I thought that was a cool effect. And then they had the soft kind of guitar when he's singing. And then, yeah, it was just like a good mixture of tonal like colors and stuff like that. So thanks for that reaction. Let's mark it off my request form. Let's make it green. And yeah, we're moving right along here on our form here. If you want to request, just fill out this request form so it gets onto that spreadsheet that I use as my master list. That way I don't have to go through comments. I just can't, guys. I wish I could, but I would need to hire a team. I'd have to have a team of people who like go through the comments and like, oh, look at this person commented. Instead, you can just fill out a form. It takes you 1 minute and you paste in the link that you want me to react to. It's okay if it's not on YouTube either. Just specify, because if I'm on I have Spotify, but if it's a certain version or live performance, just tell me so I don't pick the wrong one, because there's so many different live versions of things, and I have to know those are tip options if you want to tip, and if you don't worry. I keep them on the list. Everything's on the list, and that was a $5 tip, and I did it. I'm not going to be picky like that. I'm just going to do it because like money is money, and I'm not about the money anyway. But the truth be told, 90% of my reaction videos are not eligible for ad revenue from YouTube because they're copyright. So therefore the artists get some money for it, I think, but I don't. So it's like not possible to monetize it, which is fine. So therefore, but that's why the tips help, because I am spending a lot of time on this and I have to make the thumbnails, and there's like a lot of back process stuff I do. Even the metadata I put in for every single video, I have to like manually type in, like Pantera, Cemetery Gates, like metal, 1990, like, I have to like put in all that metadata manually. So there's a lot of back end work I put into this channel, and I hope you enjoy it. And I know sometimes I look bored or I'm yawning or whatever, but it's because I'm a real person. So I am trying to just keep myself in a positive place so I can keep recording. And then sometimes I am just like physically tired, or I think when I did one of these actions, I might have just been like sick, tired, like depressed, like totally down. And I couldn't just cover that. I couldn't act. I couldn't act like, oh, I'm in such a good mood. Da, 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 da. I was like not in a good mood. But right now I'm full of energy this morning. I am a morning person as it is. And that was a beautiful Pantera. I loved it. It kind of honestly, I listened to a lot of like The Warning, for example, and they have a lot of influences in metal and punk and all sorts of rock influences, but I could hear even like how that was influenced The Warning a bit. Like they do some stuff like that sometimes, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I dig it, right? Like we have to know where we came from to know where we're going, and I like hearing kind of older stuff to know how it influenced us. So please subscribe, and if you want to put a request in, just follow the link from here, and then it will take you here. You can get on my forum. I'd love to hear your ideas. It's like having a big brother who tells me what to listen to. It's like having someone hand me their like mixtape and being like, "Hey, I made you this tape. Check these guys out." And I'm like, "Sweet." So I don't have to just randomly, because YouTube, you know, if you don't know what you're looking for, you can be clicking on things that the algorithm thinks you want, and you may not even want those, right? So I'd rather you guys tell me what to listen to instead of, you know, me randomly clicking on things on the internet. So thank you so much for your recommendations. I really appreciate it. And thank you for subbing. And I will see you guys in the next reaction video. I'm drinking sparkling water. Target. It's actually, I think, Good and Gather Target water tastes better than LaCroix, honestly, some of the flavors. So if you're a sparkling water fan, check it out. But yeah, I mean, I drink all sparkling water. I'm not like picky on it. Just anything that's non-sugar sweetened, non-diet, just water with just flavor. That's it. Plain water is good too. I also like Pellegrino, and like plain sparkling water like that. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.